Today is Tuesday the 20th. I forgot to change the date. And we're going to continue learning about weather patterns throughout the year. So let's go over our DLO, and then we'll talk about our seasons. I'll go first. Today I will describe weather patterns throughout the year. Now it's your turn. Today I will describe weather patterns throughout the year. So we have 4 seasons. My head's in the way. Our 4 seasons are spring, summer, autumn, and winter. 4 seasons. We have seasons because our earth is tilted. Let's tilt it this way. And because it's tilted, I'll turn it that way, the sun is able to shine more longer days during some parts of the year and shine less on other parts of the year. So when the earth spins, it rotates, and the earth is rotating while orbiting around the sun. So while it orbits and spins, that is why we have seasons. We have 4 seasons. Right in the middle of Earth, this line here is called the equator. It is sunny, and they have days that are just about equal night and equal day. But we have 4 seasons because the Earth is tilted. Let's look at our pictures that we started the other day. So we looked at spring and summer children, and now we're going to focus on autumn and winter children to look at their clothes and think about the weather patterns that happen during those seasons. In the fall has cooler air. In many places fall is a windy time of year. So in New Mexico, we get that wind also. And it's called autumn and fall. People call it fall because the leaves start to fall off of the trees. Now look at this little girl in the winter picture. What is she wearing? Boots, heavy jacket, long pants, and what is that white stuff called? It's my favorite. Snow. Winter is the coldest season. Winter has the fewest hours of daylight. So we talked about the earth is tilted, and when the sun is shining down, and the top part of the earth where we live, here in New Mexico, when it is tilted away from the sun, if I was the sun, I only see New Mexico for a short amount of time during the day during the winter because it's tilted. So looking at our kids here, let's think about what kind of weather can happen during these seasons. I want to show you my weather chart, and I meant to show this the other day and I forgot it. We use these symbols to help us with our weather charts that you're working on right now. Make sure that you record every single day so you can find a pattern of weather for the next week. And then you'll turn it in on Friday. If I look up at this one, I see a sun and a cloud. That's called partly cloudy. If it's a full sun on the chart, sunny, no clouds in the sky. If I have clouds, it means it's a cloudy day. Clouds and the raindrops, it's a rainy day. Clouds, raindrops, and lightning, maybe that's a thunderstorm. If I've got clouds and lightning, it's a lightning storm. This is my favorite weather. The snowflakes represent snowy weather. Cloud and a rainbow, that could represent partly cloudy day with some moisture somewhere, because rainbows only happen when it either has rain or like snow. Sometimes you can see rainbows in the snow, but it's really tough sometimes. This is rainy weather. I have a little windsock here. That means it's a windy day. Tornado, more rain showers. I cannot figure out what that one means. I figured because the cloud was blue, maybe like a hurricane? I don't know, but your guess is as good as mine. And then over here, I don't have the sun, but rather I have the moon. So in the evening, it could be like partly cloudy at night. So let's go over some typical weather patterns during the year in New Mexico. In the springtime we talked about the other day, in New Mexico, we have windy springs. So I'm going to put a little windsock because we have windy days in the springtime here. And we also get some rain. That is a typical pattern in the United States. But sometimes we'll have spring showers. There's a poem, it's called April Showers Bring May Flowers. So I'm also going to draw a little cloud with light rain coming down. In the summertime in New Mexico, a pattern that we have is hot, sunny days. Oh, I forgot to put spring is cool. I should write that in blue. Where's my blue marker? I'm always losing my markers. This one works. Oh, there it is. My good one. The temperature outside is cool. But in Farmington, we have a pretty short spring because it gets summer really fast here. In the summertime, we have sunny days in New Mexico and in Farmington. Sometimes we have some cloudy days, but we typically have sunny days. And then when it's the rainy season, which we call the monsoons, we have big, heavy rainstorms. When I lived in Albuquerque, we had monsoons all the time. Up here, we seem to have a lot drier summers. But I'll put a cloud with more rain and a lightning bolt because sometimes we get those big monsoons. And then I'll use my red marker to write warm because in summertime that is a typical pattern for New Mexico to have very warm summers. Now let's move on to autumn. Autumn is also the season of fall, we call it. And in New Mexico it starts to cool off. In the autumn we have windy days, like today it was pretty windy out, so I'm going to draw another windsock. My little windsock. I guess it should be straight when the wind is going through it, more like a sock, not a flag. It's windy here in the autumn. It's also sunny. When I look out the window, we've had sunny days for days and days and days, so I'm going to draw a sun because we typically have very sunny days in the fall here. And then the temperature outside, it's kind of a combination of warm and cool, but it's starting to cool down. So I'll write cool again. Whoa. Hold on. Getting ahead of myself. 2 L's. Cool. Right down here I'll say getting cool, getting cold. And over here I should say getting warm. Because it starts to get warm in the springtime, but it's still cool. And now our last season, my favorite season of all, winter. Winter is when we have the shortest days in the whole entire year. So it might be 8 o'clock and the sun is barely peeking up on the horizon. And then it's really short. And then it gets dark about 5 o'clock. But in the summertime, we have long days. The sun comes up at about 6:30 in the morning. And then it goes down at 9 o'clock at night. So summer days are nice when you want to do lots of things outside in the warm outside, like go to the lake or go to the park. But in the winter, very short days, and it's cold. So when it's cold in the winter, we don't typically have rain in the winter here, but rather snow, because when it's cold, we get our snowflakes. These are my little snowflakes. My favorite weather is snow. We have sunny days in the winter here also. So in Farmington, we get those cold, sunny days because when it's cloudy outside, the clouds kind of insulate us like wearing a jacket. So when the clouds are out, it feels warmer than freezing. And then I'll write in my blue, cold. Brr. We have cold winters here. So let's look at our pattern. I'll scooch over a little bit more. Try and move my globe. So our pattern is getting warm, warm, getting cold, cold. Then we start the year all over In the spring, it's starting to get warm. It's still cool. Summertime, it's warm. In the autumn, it starts to get a little cool and cold. And then winter is cold. So here's some other patterns that I see here. In the springtime, we have wind. In the autumn, we have wind. So the seasons between our warmest days and our coldest days, there's lots of wind happening. Now, I'm no meteorologist. We'll learn about that tomorrow. But I can tell that in the springtime, look at the different storms we have. So if we look at the winter weather storms, and in the beginning of the year, in the springtime, we have some showers, and then big heavy thunderstorms. They go away, and it's windy, and then the clouds come back to bring us snow, and then it gets windy again, and we have rain showers. That's our pattern. It tends to repeat. Patterns repeat. So now, you're going to continue with your trees. Because a pattern also happens with with plants and animals also, just like in the movie. So get out your spring, summer, fall, winter chart. And now we're going to do fall and winter today.